right, everybody, we are back. So here's one of our baby chickens. These are Golden Comet chickens, and they have been doing pretty good for us so far. What we had before them is Rhode Island Reds. So basically, the first thing that you need to do before you actually take these girls home is you want to make sure that they're a girl. So you want to sex them. So the best way that I know how to do it is go ahead and hold them in between these two fingers here, and then you're going to tilt them upside down, and you're going to use your other hand to then look at their vent. So if you can see there's no ball. If there was a little ball inside of there, then that would mean that it was a male. So you're just going to, once again, you're just going to look there at the vent, and if it's a female, then you're good to go. So we can put her down and put her into her new living space. And then we have all the rest of her little friends that we're going to put with her, and they're going to be nice and comfortable in there. So sexting is one of the other tips that I have for you guys. And then the other tip that I have is within a 2-week period, you're going to want to put some soil in from the native soil that you're going to have the chickens be in, so that they can eat that soil. And the reason why you're going to want to do that is because they get a disease called coccidiosis. So this kind of prevents that from happening, is they get used to the soil before they go out into the soil. So they're less likely to get that disease if you go ahead and put a little bit of soil on a little like a cap. Basically is what I do, is basically from a Tupperware container, the top of a Tupperware container, I put a little bit of dirt in there, or soil, whatever you want to call it, and then they eat it, and they're good from that point. So I wanted to talk about safety for a moment here. So when you actually hook up your heat lamp, if we look up a little bit here, you can see my heat lamp setup, and there is some metal that it's hanging from. So I never hang my heat lamp from a wood source. So if I was going to set this up with a wood source or anything that could catch on fire, that would be unwise. And I anchor everything down really securely so that I know that this is not going to fall off, and that it has any chances of it falling down and catching fire. Also, this heat source from here to there is about maybe 2 feet in distance. Maybe a tiny bit less if you consider this screen right here. But if you actually go to the actual lamp source itself, it's definitely above 2 feet. So that's plenty of distance where they're not going to get too hot, and also to prevent it from getting too hot on your wood chips or on your cardboard, so you don't get any kind of fire happening. So that's a really important tip for when you start your adventure with this, if you're going to do it with a heat lamp. But as I said earlier, you can also do that other type of heating source where the chicks are going to go underneath it, and it's a lot safer. So also the other pro tip that I'm going to give you is to start treats as early as you can. I wouldn't start it right away, but maybe after the first week or so, they should be able to eat like some worms, some mealworms. So you can get those at the store. They love mealworms. It's a good way to get them started on some additional protein, and then you can transition them after probably the second week or so. You can start transitioning them to food scraps if they're able to take those food scraps. Something that's kind of simple and soft that they'll be able to get to easily and eat. So something like a tomato, a little piece of tomato, or you can also, it's kind of a weird situation, but you can also take eggs and you can cook them up, scramble them, let them cool down, and that's an excellent source of all the nutrients and things like that that they'll need to make them nice and healthy. So those are just some organic ideas that you can use. And then I'm going to give you another pro tip. So I think that we've covered all 10 of our reasons that we how we take care of chicks, and my extra pro tip is that you do not, if you have a choice, do not buy your baby chicks from the online. It's very traumatic for the chickens to be able to be transported. They're coming from different weather situations. They're being moved around in a box. They're so tired and stressed out, and by the time that they've been shipped, they're on the verge of being really unhealthy to the state at which they may pass away. You may have more of a death rate instead of going to a local store and buying the chicks when they already know how to drink, they already know how to eat for themselves. They are healthy because they can't sell you a baby chick that is unhealthy. So it's something of a huge benefit to purchase your baby chicks from a reputable local source. So you want to do this so that they will have the best chance of survival. The healthier they are from the beginning, the more eggs they're going to produce in the future, and the better off you're going to be at preventing diseases and keeping them for a long period of time. So that is all that I have to share with you guys. You guys have been awesome. I just want to tell you, you guys are the change. You are sustainability, and you get out there and do something. Okay? You can make the change. These little things, it's a big deal. You can feed yourself, and you can raise these baby chickens for almost nothing. So remember that when we go organic, when we go and make better decisions, we're helping the world as well. So we're being more sustainable. We're not relying on broken systems. So I care about you guys. I want you to do the best for yourselves and for your family. So have a wonderful day.